Your kids will be arguing over the assets that you're trying to pass down to them because kids are always arguing about the finances related to the estate, the assets that they are getting, who's going to be in control of them, who's going to manage them correctly or incorrectly. There's always conflict that we see when we're going through the probate process with families. And so, if you want to make sure that your kids are not fighting over the assets that you're trying to pass down to them, the control of those assets, or anything related to the estate that's being passed down to them, you have a couple different options. The first one is going to be setting up a will that clearly outlines how your assets are going to be distributed out to the kids. That way they can't argue about how those assets are being distributed. You would also appoint an executor of your will, which will manage the assets through the probate process and distribute them out to the beneficiaries listed in that will according to the instructions that you give. The other route is going to be a revocable trust. You put your assets inside the revocable trust, name a trustee that would manage the assets inside that trust when you pass away, and then outline how you want your assets to be managed and then distributed out to the beneficiaries. The difference is going to be that the will force your assets to go through the probate process. The trust will allow your assets to avoid the probate process, and there's also incapacity planning tied into that because when the assets are inside the trust, you become incapacitated. Your backup trustee will step in your role as trustee and take over the management of those assets.